We are back again. This is Honey Baby Child Reads, and we are reading Sophie Washington, Queen of the Bee by Tonya Duncan Ellis. We are on chapter 8. So let's get started. Granny Washington. I rushed to my locker after 6th period on Friday. Hey girl, what are you doing this weekend? Chloe starts in. I can't talk now. Mom is waiting with the big surprise. I grabbed my backpack and speed walked to the carpool line. This is the quickest I've ever seen you make it from class, says Mom after I slam the car door shut. You've got to tell me what the surprise is, I exclaim. Cole comes in from his carpool area and shows Mom an A paper he earned in math. Great job, hotshot. Now's the time to tell you the neat surprise we have planned for this weekend. Mom says as she drives down the road. Dad has a dental conference in Austin tomorrow, and I'm joining him. Your Granny Washington is going to stay with you tonight and part of tomorrow. Cole and I cheer and gave each other a high five. We love it when our parents go out and leave us with a sitter, and having our grandparents stay is almost like getting an early Christmas present. They spoil us rotten, let us buy cool things at the store and stay up way past our bedtime, and they let us eat all our favorite foods. Grandma and Papa Spencer are Mom's parents. They live in Georgia. Since it is so far away, we only see them 2 or 3 times a year when they come in to visit us here in Houston, or we go to their place for holidays. Granny Washington lives in Corpus Christi, Texas, where Dad grew up. That is about a 4-hour drive from our house in Houston, so we see her more often. Granny's husband, Clarence, died when I was 4 years old, and Cole was a small baby. We usually stay with her for a week in the summer and have fun playing in the sand and waves at the beach and visiting the Texas State Aquarium. Though she is a grandma, Granny doesn't seem old to me. She used to be a newspaper reporter and has lots of neat friends she worked with who live all over the country. Granny makes it easy for me to talk about things. I feel funny about telling Mom and Dad like boys who like me or fights I have with my friends. She lets me help cook, and even though I won't admit it to my friends, I still like to cuddle her in her lap. Granny should be here any minute, says Mom. I'm going to go finish my packing. Your snack is in the fridge. The last time Granny came to visit, she promised to take us to the Children's Museum downtown, said Cole, munching on the cheese crackers and fruit Mom had left out for us. Well, I'd like to visit the new doll store that opened at the mall last month, I say. That's not fair, cries Cole. You know I don't want to go to that boring mall and look at your yucky dolls. Kids, you're not going to have Granny running all over town when she comes, says Dad, overhearing our conversation and entering the kitchen. She needs to drive back home Sunday morning, and I don't want her to be worn out. And don't think about going to the mall, because I've already told her that she is not to buy you lots of extravagant gifts while she's here. After Granny arrives, we both rush to give her a big hug. She wears a blue and purple jacket with a swirly paisley print on it. As usual, she smells delicious, like flowers and cinnamon mixed together. Mom and Dad leave contact information for the hotel where they'll be staying and hit the road. How are my 2 favorite grandkids doing? Granny says with a smile. We're your only grandkids, I say, giggling. As usual, Granny didn't come empty-handed. She brought a set of bright nail polishes for me and some neat toy cars for Cole. Thanks, Granny, we exclaimed, giving her another hug. Granny spends a few minutes catching up with us about what was going on at school. She knew a little bit about the spelling bee because I had called her the day after I signed up and told her how Nathan had been acting. Sounds to me like that young man has a bit of a crush on you, Sophie, she muses. Otherwise, why would he spend so much time worrying about what you're doing? Sophie and Nathan sitting in the tree, Kissing, teases Cole. I pop him on the behind with a kitchen towel while Granny searches through the pantry for dinner fixings. She makes meatballs and spaghetti, which is one of our favorites. Both of us gobble up every bit of food on our plate. When dinner is finished, Cole shows Granny some of his drawings, and I study my spelling list. About an hour later, Mom and Dad call to let us know they made it safely to Austin. Cole and I settle down to watch a movie. As usual, we stay up way past our bedtime, laughing and talking with Granny for an hour or so after the movie ends. She tells the funny stories about how she used to trick her younger brother and sister into giving her their coins when she was little. She tells them that a nickel was worth more than a dime because it was bigger. Then she tells us about some of the famous people she interviewed when she was a journalist, like the writer Maya Angelou and Dr. Mae Jemison, the first African-American female astronaut. Before she tucks us into our beds that night, Granny reads us a story from it, Aesop's Fable book she bought us a few years earlier. Cole drifts off to sleep before the story is over. I share some of my fears about the upcoming spelling bee with Granny. Nathan has lists of words from the times when his sister was in the spelling bees, so he was a head start over me. What if I don't know some of the words since I haven't been studying as long? I wouldn't even worry about that, Sophie, she says, just like the story we finished reading about the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. Focus on your own studying. Don't worry about what he's doing. I smile with contentment as I drift off to sleep. Having grandparents visit is the best. Thank you for listening to Sophie Washington, Queen of the Bee by Tonya Duncan Ellis. If you would like to get this book to read along with us, you can check out the description below, and it's going to have the link to Amazon to purchase this book. And we also have another channel. It's called Mommy's Closet, where you can watch some of our DIY videos. And we also have some other books read aloud on that channel as well. So thank you so much for listening today, and we will see you next time. Bye.